Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy BDB, and today I have a video I want to talk about. This time it's going on in college athletics in general. It's not a specific sport of college basketball, not college football, or anything like that. It's going on in college athletics. It's more prominent in football and basketball, but I'm not liking the route that college sports is going. Now, a lot of people are saying, now there's a lot of speculations of people saying they don't like where college sports is going. There's a lot of speculations of people saying college sports is fine, leave it alone. But me, I have a problem with it. And here's the reason why. If you are not involved, if you have never been involved in college athletics, you will not understand the pain. If you have not been a high school athlete, you will not understand the pain. And if you've never been in the recruiting process, you will never understand the pain of what's going on nowadays. I feel bad for these high school kids. I feel bad for them because the amount of crap that they got to go through with these college coaches and these colleges just treating them terribly. I understand why these kids are so upset. I've had kids from my old high school, and I still talk to them because, like I said, I'm at my college, having fun, and I'll see. And my next door neighbor is he's going to be an uprising senior. This dude said it's so hard for colleges to reach out to him because all they do is look at the portal. And that's very true. I even told my college coaches, I said, look, that portal is not going to save you. That portal is not your saving grace. The portal is there just to be there if you want to get some talent who's down low and bring them up. But see, here's the thing. A lot of these coaches, you get into the portal, you recruiting 5, 6, 7. You recruiting like 3 to 5 guys. That's already a starting 5. Buddy, stop doing that. I'm tired of when coaches recruit these 25, 26-year-old grad students. Stop recruiting these 25 plus grad students. Stop it. It gets on my nerve when I see that in basketball. I'm talking basketball. I'm tired of seeing these kids who are 25 plus they're going into 5, 6 years and they're talking about I want to stay for nobody. It's time to go into the workforce. If you ain't going to the league, you ain't going to the league. And a lot of people are saying, no, they're doing a good thing because they understand that they're not going to the league. So then they're trying to maximize as much time as they can. No, think about this. That's like that kid in high school who they keep reclassing just so they can stay, so they can try and get into college and get a college to recruit them. They keep reclassing over and over and over. They just keep reclassing. Oh, I want to class up. Okay, no, let me class down. Okay, matter of fact, let me class up again. They keep reclassing, and it's like, buddy, it's getting annoying. Or that one kid who transfers from that one high school, and they transfer to another school, and they transfer to another school. No, it gets annoying at some point. It gets annoying. That's what it is like with these college athletes. If they need to do this with a transfer portal, if the kids are going to hit the transfer portal, they need to say why they're hitting the transfer portal. Put it out for the news. Put it out for the public. They're already making Instagram posts saying, hey, y'all, I just want to say, and it's always the same, I just want to thank my time with the coach I had with my coaches and teammates. Coaches, I love to thank them for the opportunity you gave me, and I love this process of being at this campus and being at the school for so many times. It was a great, amazing season of what I had at this school. But I just want to let everybody know, declaring for next season, I'm going to the transfer portal. Every single post. You can look at it. Every single post they're saying they're going into the transfer portal. They say the same exact thing. They say the same exact thing. And if they're in the portal, this is what they need to do. For the public, they need to put, why are you in the portal? I bet you we gonna see why they're in the portal then. Because a lot of these kids who hit the portal are just hitting the portal for no reason. They're hitting the portal for no reason. You don't got no reason, man. Freshmen. I would tell freshmen, you ain't even allowed to hit the portal as a freshman. Unless you have the stats to prove it. The reason why is because most likely freshmen ain't going to get no playing time like that. You're a freshman. The only two reasons why freshmen get playing time is unless you're like that or unless the upperclassman is injured. Because 9 times out of 10, the upperclassmen ahead of you are either getting ready for the draft or they already know coach's system. They already know it. So obviously freshmen won't know it. But I'm tired of all these freshmen sitting in the portal. And it's like, bro, you don't need to hit the portal. Give it time. The portal, what they need to do with the portal is you need to spend at least 2 years at the college. Or something at least. Sophomore, junior year, that's the only time you could transfer or whatever. If the players are in the portal, there needs to be a reason why you're in the portal. A valid reason. Then we can, and then matter of fact, put their stats right next to their name. So we see what type of stats they had at this school. A lot of these people are saying, oh, well, in college, you got this 5-star recruit who's not playing. Buddy, you know how many 5-star recruits or how many 4-star recruits or anything is on a college team? A lot of people say, oh, well, I'm a 5-star coming out of high school. Okay, well, guess what? You had this 4-star who has 3 years of experience ahead of you. And you're thinking you're getting playing time over that? No, buddy. No. No, unless you're like that or he gets injured. Then the freshman's going to play. And then people are saying, oh, well, you know, the guys, they need to maximize the NIL money they get. And here's the thing I got about NIL money. Cam Newton said it best, and I'm going to talk about it in another video. NIL money is not generational money. It's not. It's not. It's really not generational money, but I'll talk about that in another video. But I'm tired of these kids in college football and college basketball. You barely spend time at a university, and you're like, oh, I'm gone. You gone? And then people are talking about, oh, well, if coaches can do it, obviously the athletes can't. No, they cannot. It's not the same. Coaches don't gotta go to class. Coaches don't have to transfer their credit hours from one school to another school and make sure that they get enrolled. Coaches don't have to, move stuff in. Well, obviously they gotta move stuff from house to house. But like I said, coaches don't have to enroll at no school. Coaches don't have to transfer credit hours at no school. They ain't got to do none of that. Coaches ain't even got to go to class. All they do is just come to the gym, do their basketball practices, basketball workouts, or do whatever, and do film, make sure the team is ready for their games, and they get to go to freak home. They ain't got to do none of that other stuff that athletes got to do. Unless they choose to do it. And it's facts. A lot of these people talk about, oh, but coaches get to move around all the time. Buddy, that coach has been doing that. Coach has been doing that. It's understandable. If a coach has a good year and he has a chance to move up and he moves up, that makes sense. There's a lot of these kids in the portal who, if you look at their stats, they're averaging 6 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Maybe even less than that. And they're in the portal. Except there ain't no kids who want to stay there and grind and fight it out. There was one kid who's going to the NFL draft. He was at Memphis, the quarterback at Memphis. He stayed all 4 years. I respect the kid who stays all 4 years at a university, struggling getting it out the mud, versus another kid who transfers at least 2 or 3 times and he's a star player and then he leaves the NFL draft. No, I don't like that. I don't like it. Unless, now say like if you go to, like in college football, you came from an FCS team and went to an FBS team, that's different. Or in college basketball, say like you went from a team in the American Conference and you went all the way to the SEC. Or you went from Big South all the way to the ACC. That makes perfect sense. But these players, they going from like one player from Florida. You just came off a national championship. You in the portal. What are you doing? Auburn. You just went to the Final Four and Chad Mazar, you hitting the portal. You got some other kids hitting the portal. What are you doing? And see, this is why I say a lot of these athletes, just because you 6'7", 6'8", does not mean you're a smart D1 athlete. There's a lot of idiotic D1 athletes out here. Because you have a great season, then you say, oh, I want to hit the portal, test the waters. What do you want to test the waters for? What do you want to test those waters for? We just went to the Final Four. And they say, and here's the reason. They're scared. They're scared. I'd say they're weak. You're scared. Because now there's more pressure on you because you ain't got them other dudes to bail you out. That's why. They ain't got them other dudes to bail them out. That's why the kid from Florida and Auburn, they leaving. Because from Auburn, Chad Mazar, they ain't got Jahmai Broome to lean back on no more. They ain't got Taha Pettiford to lean back on no more. It's on him. He not ready for that. The other kid at Florida, he ain't got Alex Condon to look at no more. You ain't got Clayton Jr. to look at no more. Or Elijah, or what's a kid name from Elijah Martin? You ain't got him to look down on no more. Oh, so now he want to hit the portal. And look, Florida just picked up, what's that kid name from Princeton? The 6'4" kid, Xavier Lee. That brother can hoop, though. If y'all not seen Xavier Lee highlight, oh my goodness, he's very good. But I'm telling you, it's very sad. They scared. And they are scared. I can see it. I can see it. They scared. Some of the guys from South Carolina leaving. And I said, oh, they're leaving because they ain't going to have, what's the boy name, Colin Boyles or something like that? Or Boyless? They ain't going to have him no more. So now they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm out, coach. I can't do this no more. Some of them boys leaving. And here's the thing. If I'm on a losing team and you hit that portal, I'm like, what you leaving for? It ain't like you're going to get no. It ain't. No. It makes no sense. Now, one of them boys did transfer to Memphis. And I really want to know how it's going to work out for him because is it a good pickup? Yes, because Memphis's guard, that is a good pickup because Memphis's guard did just hit the transfer portal. So, I mean, I understand if you just basically got to find a replacement. Cool. But Memphis guard, what you hitting the portal for? Last time I checked in your March Madness performance, that said I don't even need to hit the portal. That says you need to stay. That says you need to stay. That said that don't need, no, you don't need to hit no portal. I bet portal. What you in the portal for? You don't remember what you did in March Madness? That disgusting performance you put up? Yeah, you don't need that portal, buddy. You don't. And it doesn't make sense to me. Because these kids are put in good positions and you're leaving for the stupidest reasons. Oh, coach is too hard on me. Coach didn't give me what I promised. You're not always promised everything. You're not. And I'll make a part 2 about this because this is what really ticks me off of college sports, college athletics in America. And it's really going downhill and it's really making me upset, man. It really is. Because these college athletes ain't thinking about what they doing. They're not. They're using the portal like it's funny. It ain't funny. It's stupid. It's stupid. It really is. It's really stupid. And like I said, I'll make a part 2. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll have that part 2 out for you and everything like that. So stay tuned.